was.
Your parents are gonna wake the fuck up.
I hope not.
Your dad's gonna come storming here. I heard a bomb. Hey.
It's the bomb.
I'm Ed.
I'm Noah.
And this is Ed, Noah, and Blank.
Howdy. And I only have one thing to tell you about, and I wanted to have a guest here, but he's kind of whiny and, you know.
Batches the baby. He'll just talk about
Warcraft.
Warcraft is the best game ever. Notice my pinky out, meaning that I am sophisticated. When in doubt, pinky out, Patrick.
Anyways, what we're going to talk about is the Blizzcon. Now, as far as I know, Blizzard only has 3 games. It is StarCraft, World of Warcraft, and Diablo. That's their only 3 IPs, I think. I may be wrong, but
at least they're famous ones.
To be honest, I really don't. It's not that I don't like StarCraft. I'm not into it to know what happened. But I know that I was told by someone on Final Fantasy XIV that they've released a good bit of info on the new expansion. As far as World of Warcraft goes, again, new expansion. I don't know any of those 2 games. That's not what we're talking about the BlizzCon. First thing I want to mention the BlizzCon, I think it's pretty interesting. This is tickets sold in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's insane. Like how many spots were there? Do you know? Look it up.
I will look it up. At least 14,000 tickets for the BlizzCon. So obviously it's a big deal to be sold out that fast. I know Final Fantasy Square Enix had the festival in California in 1 year and then Japan in the other, and it sells out within a day, but not 5 minutes.
That people are really pumped for Diablo.
But I will say one thing. Well, it always does that.
It's like
that's just because it's Blizzard.
It's been like 30 years in the making.
Yeah.
Or like 10 at least.
But Diablo 3, there was a lot of gameplay footage that was released, and the beta 200 keys were given out at the BlizzCon. I thought that was kind of cool. They also released that the collector's edition will have a USB Diablo USB drive that has 2 on the game, which will run with Windows 7. That's a very big deal.
I still want that, regardless if we play it or not.
I do too, just for collectors. But the game itself looks amazing. It's doing the offline online thing. It's pretty much the best way I can describe it is think of Monster Hunter, and then you can play offline and online, or think of Diablo too. But I'm giving like a cross reference.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, Ed, but
it's like the 3rd installment of Diablo.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that we're just gonna go out and probably play that next year constantly.
Most likely.
You're just gonna live here off sodium and chips.
I'm gonna get fatter.
Unless I missed something, that is all we have for news. I can't think of anything that came out game related other than BlizzCon. I mean, we talked about Steve Jobs dying, but I mean, wasn't that last week?
Yeah, that was in Ed and Noah in the Blank episode 2. Steve Jobs' DLC.
He died.
Dark Souls.
He died.
A lot. Like he lives on in Dark Souls.
Really
but I will say this though. I mean, you know, a lot of people say that your life flashes before your eyes when you're dead. But it didn't do that for Steve Jobs because Apple doesn't support Flash. Or was playing Fable 3. I'm still playing it. I mean, it's a good game if you don't base it off of Fable 1 and 2. But I like the dog, and I kind of like how the power, like the magic, is in his glove. And I like that the weapons evolve by how you use them.
I do. That sounds like Dark Cloud, actually.
Like for one mission, I was playing with I was using the hammer, and for some reason I kept almost dying because I wasn't paying attention, and I was spamming the fireball. Like I would hit with the hammer and then spam fireball, and then after I leveled up the hammer, it became like a magic wielder's hammer, like it does like fire damage. And then like with my sword, it hasn't leveled up yet, but with my sword I was alternating with the pistols and the sword, so I'm assuming like it's gonna have like a gun handle or something. So I kinda like that, but other than that I really don't have much to talk about besides the fact that I cannot wait to get the computer.
Yeah, I know, I mean,
so much stuff is gonna be a lot easier in money. So that's all I got.
Yeah, we finally use this to make our real money.
Oh yeah, which I'm doing that already.
So game-wise, I've been mainly focusing on 14 Dark Souls, and soon Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I got a lot done on 14, leveling up jobs like Lancer, crafting. Lancer's actually 50 now, but ultimately, I'm not going to talk about that because later on I'm going to be going into detail. As far as Dark Souls goes, I kind of put it off for the guide, but I met the Carpala Demon. So if you know what that is, it took me that long to learn to lock on. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. As far as Marvel vs. Capcom 3 goes, I've got 23 more missions and we're finally done. I platinumed X-Men during the wait for the guidebook. That's how short it was.
They can't hear that.
It's kind of crappy. Don't buy it. But honestly, I've just been hopping back from 14 X-Men, and that's really been about it. Kind of just really about to dive into Dark Souls. I really dive into the dark side.
I like the alliteration.
I really want to get farther in that because it's so addictive. You just keep saying one more time, and now that I know that you can lock on and strafe, bosses are so much easier. But speaking of computers, you talked about that earlier. I'm actually aiming around Christmas to get a tablet, and I'm really leaning towards an iPad because I looked at the other ones and I think iPad's just what I want. I don't really know much more to say about that, but I figured I'd throw that out there since we're talking about computers. But
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, we were talking about the laptop earlier, though, so we'll go into that. Ed, you've looked at this laptop. You can talk about it. I mean, it's right here, but they really can't see much of it.
Lift it up. Lift it up for the masses.
It's big and it has an exhaust thing on the back.
It's got a jet engine exhaust port.
It pretty much will never overheat because of that.
Alright, well, basically, this is a pretty badass computer. The laptop is very sexy. It's extremely powerful. The Windows performance rating gives the processor a 7.5 out of 7.9.
Which is really good for a laptop as they're very far behind. They don't have quad cores.
Yeah, it uses what, i7?
It uses i7. See right here?
Sandy Bridge. Wait, is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's a Sandy Bridge.
Yeah.
It turbo boosts up to 2.9, but it's only a dual core.
And there's no reason to turbo boost it, really.
Well, one thing you'll learn about laptops is when you plug in this little AC thing, turbo boost likes to activate. For 14, I like to put it on the highest settings. You need that turbo boost.
Yeah.
Highest settings. So I actually have to play 14 plugged in the wall, but that's not a big deal.
Yeah. It has the memory, which is the RAM for
8 gigs.
It's got 8 gigs, which gives it 7.6 out of 7.9.
It can go up to 16, but it only has, I think, 2 slots because laptop motherboards are small.
Yeah, so when they upgrade the little slots to have higher memory, the
8 gig sticks come out next year, but they're only about $300.
It's only $300, bro. I mean, the laptop was $900.
Yeah, $600 for a couple more RAM, and you won't notice the difference. That's great.
I'll notice the difference. The graphics card, which is a NVIDIA HD graphics card.
It's a 440M.
440M, whatever that means. Got a 7.0 out of 7.9.
Which is really funny because this is the best graphics card you can get for a laptop. But you have to remember, this doesn't know this is a laptop.
Yeah.
440M, 570 HD. There's a big number difference.
Yeah. And then the gaming graphics is the same. That's it. The lowest thing it has is the primary hard disk, which it's refurbished. So they threw in a slightly cheaper version of a laptop hard disk, which gave it a 5.9.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they always throw cheap hard drives on computers.
But the thing is, though, it has an expansion, it has an extra hard drive slot, so you can put in whatever the hell you want to put in.
Moving onward to Final Fantasy XIV. Fucking Windows. Things they're adding. Now, I'm not going to talk about what I'm playing with it. I'm just going to talk about what the update is. They're overhauling the entire game, and to the point where they're releasing a disc next year, along with the PS3 release of the game called 2.0 of the game, which has new servers, but it has the same world like Eorza and Ul'dah and everything, but it has different servers. It has the ability to server hop and several other features. They're adding UI features, which is user interface, like searching for people. Pretty sure they're adding an auction house. They're adding 7 new jobs, of which Bard, aka Red Mage, and Summoner, which I'm pretty sure is confirmed as well, and several other things. There's so many small things I really just can't think of them off the top of my head. I know that they're adding the ability, like on NewScape, to server hop and have your guild, which is server wide. I also know that they're adding the pretty much removing the whole optimal gear. Like, you have to be the level of the gear. I know that he's making the servers run better and at a much higher graphics resolution, but he's also making them run at a lower one for people that don't have supercomputers. And he's also putting it on the PS3, so he's going to get more people. So all in all, this game is just getting a massive overhaul, and I can't wait for Ed to start playing. I think it's going to be so much fun, us all three playing.
I'm excited.
Getting on Skype, you know.
Skyping it up.
This computer is all we need for Skype. It's insane. But anyways, our versus is Sheik versus Ezio. 2 ninjas, 1 winner. I say Sheik because of the Triforce, because of the daggers, because of the bombs, and just all the Zelda Nintendo bullshit magic that she has. Ed says...
Okay, I say it's Ezio because Ezio has, you know, all the different weapons. He's got daggers, throwing knives, swords, hammers, axes, what else? Bombs, smoke bombs, a gun, poison darts, the hidden blades themselves.
Power of Nintendo.
He doesn't have Nintendo, but he does have Sony. So, there's that.
Yeah, you can throw Sony Bios out the window and we'll blow up on impact.
That's basically a bomb, and that's another bomb. He's got, you know,
What is this?
at least 40 years worth of combat experience, as well as, you know, Desmond's being controlled by Desmond, which means he has modern experiences as well. He's been trained by assassins for years and years, so I mean, he's got all that stuff. He can, you know, Noah has stated before in other tape. Noah stated that Sheik can summon Link to attack, but Ezio's the mastermind, I think, is what it's called, of the Brotherhood of Assassins, which means he can summon as many assassins as he needs. He can summon an arrow storm and just impale people with arrows for days. So, I mean, with all that stuff, and like, if he has the apple, then I mean, he can just control Sheik and make her kill herself. So, I mean, I gotta say, Ezio would win.
I mean, I totally agree. I mean, I could see it going either way. I do see how she can stand a chance.
Yeah, I know it would be at least a close fight, but I still think that Ezio would win. Because, I mean, she's sort of fighting.
But, either way, get on our video, comment, and just, you know, say who you think would win. Actually watch the video. We really need some people to watch the video. And, you know, we'll go from there. The month of November is definitely going to be our prime month because Skyrim, Skyward Sword, Revelations, his laptop for recording more. We're going to have so much game footage. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. You know, tune in next week for another enthralling edition of Ed, Noah, and the Blank.
Ed and Noah in the blank. They are in the blank.
That was perfect, dude.
Dude, we really should have thought that through better.
That's what makes it work, though. But I've platinumed this game too.
What are you searching? Why are you searching Fat Wolverine?
There's some really badass Fat Wolverine pictures.
What? Is this about that thing? Are you Powers eating nachos? Wait, why does he have...
I don't know.
Why does he have fangs?
You know what's even funnier?
2 days. Oh my god. That's terrible.
Go away, I'm later.